What's up, folks? We're going to go ahead and take a look at the current ladder, or the current campaign in Warhammer Combat Cards. This is Bloody Minded. I'm going to keep this really short because I know that not all that many people are playing as Votann. I personally prefer the campaigns where you play against a Votann with a different faction because they'd be more powerful. And just make the campaign a little bit easier because not all that many people are still invested in playing as Votann, and that does make this challenging. It also has the Volatile Conditions condition modifier. That is my least favorite modifier they ever do. So you get 200 deck points, but it's your same card levels, not a max level campaign. And Volatile Conditions is weather cycles between 3 different states. Plus 50% ranged attack, minus 30% ranged attack, or plus 30% melee attack. So it's buff range, or nerf range and buff melee, or torrential rain. When attacking, if a card would deal range damage, it readies instead. So melee is really strong in this because melee is always, at minimum at least, its same attack, and psychic is completely unaffected, so that's always reliable. But Votann's strongest suit is ranged, and this is random and switches off in each player turn. So it's not even consistent between your opponent and you. So you could have this, you could drop your target acquired and be like, yeah, I got this. And then that turn it could be like, oh well, ranged attacks are disabled. Have fun. So that's a bummer. But I'm at least playing this to get that max bonus because I will get a level of this guy if I do get this to the full bonus, which I should fairly comfortably. This is the deck I'm running right now. Of the cards I have that are bonus cards, I actually haven't checked if there are others that I don't have in my collection that are triggering the bonus. But of the ones I have, they're all really, really low cost, so I had to take the more expensive Warlord and my most expensive card, even though it's very low level, to even have like a full deck to do this without giving up way too many points. It's working all right. I've only got 2 more charges left for today, and I haven't lost anything yet, but it is still day 1. So it is a little bit of a bummer, though, because I like Uthar. He's a fun warlord, but for me personally, I think that Etok Warspeaky is by far the more powerful of the two, and I certainly enjoy playing him more. But I have had some games so far where Uthar's ability has really come in clutch, and I think I'll probably see that again as we get into day 2 and even after that, because I am starting to see the occasional super heavy, and if there's a super heavy, then Uthar's ability is really good, because that gives you the opportunity to really hit that thing, okay, that's good, with those judgment tokens, where you otherwise don't have them. And that it's a debuff on ranged will help me here, because that's mostly a ranged card, so I won't be the only one that gets kind of hosed here. So right now we're seeing melee is going to be buffed, and he's got more melee, so we're going to go ahead and just psychic this. And I'll probably regret that, because in my following turn it's totally possible I could just not get a ranged attack at all. As right now. But since that is the condition now, I should get a shot on my turn. And this is going to be a bummer too, because if I kill any cards... Ooh, Sunny. Yeah. This is the bonus to ranged. If I kill any cards, it's going to buff up the big guy over here, but as he gets kills, he's going to be easier to bring down. This is a nice counter for me, and I don't really care if he builds up a bunch of extra hit points, because the bonus damage I'll be dealing to him will counteract that. I'm glad I moved that, because that is not something I want across from my big heavy hitter. There goes shields. And then, yeah, okay. Only have the 2 charges left. I'm going to play this pretty quickly. Again, I know not a lot of people are super interested in this, so I'm not going to narrate it too much, but I still really enjoy Votann as a faction. Oh, there it looked great. Yeah, God, I wish it was a different modifier. But I am playing this for the rewards because I'm trying to level up my Votann, and playing the free campaigns is by far the best way to do that. Even if the rewards are random, you get a lot of rewards, which is really nice. Because it's got 2 judgment tokens. Ah, yeah. Minimum of 92 damage per hit. And we'll go ahead and see if we can take him down. I don't think I have any barrage in this build, which is unfortunate because that's one of the places where Votann is the strongest, is they have really good barrage. It's particularly good with Uthar. I will also say the edge graphics are good for the modifier, so this is obviously heavy fog. It's easier to see on the computer than it is on the phone, but it's still, you do have to actually check and be like, all right, what are my cards going to do here to really see what modifier it is. I wish that it was a little bit more clear, because when it changes from the debuff to the buff, the actual graphic, like that right there, it's sometimes hard to figure out what the actual graphic indicator meant. I'll speed this up a bit. We have full sun, which should be range damage bonus. So that was good. So I'm getting a decent cadence here. Still bleeding cards. I still have 3 left in the deck, which is nice. And we're 1 away from pulling the Warlord, and I still have some scary stuff in there, but... Let's see, so he will take 26, which is not great. I'll usually do more than that anyway. That will take 46, that's better. So you put your squishy card across from the one that's going to take more damage from the ranged attacks. And I still have a couple shields on Utharn. And that, I should have done Psychic, because I don't have any Psychers in this deck, and that would have given me a slightly higher ranged damage bonus than I got. This one has a Judgment token, 26. Uthar himself. So I still have some shields, which is good, but we'll see if it matters. And Uthar is very good in melee, so we'll go ahead and land on that, which is excellent. I should have this pretty handily, but it's definitely an indication of what day 2 is going to be like, and it's going to be much more challenging. And this again is 46. But yeah, you can always click on the card, look at their stats to tell what it is, but you can also then check the conditions here. That'll tell you what the current modifier is if you sort of lose track and have to kind of double check. And that shield's down. No, I still have 1 more shield. Nice. Comfortable win there. All right, so I may actually switch to E-Talk for that. Well, and that's the problem, is if I do E-Talk, I lose the max bonus. And my big push right now is I know I'm going to start losing games fairly comfortably here, so I'm really going for this max bonus to get the free card first, and that's my first priority. And I wasn't progressing very much on it at first because I was doing a more competitive E-Talk deck, and was definitely seeing that bonus go extremely slowly, even once I went up to larger opposing decks. Da 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 da. Ooh. It's the new Vindicare. At level 3? Okay, that's a lot of damage. We've got Fear and Vol on the table, so this guy's going to be really hard to bring down, so I want to bring him down as quickly as possible. Yeah, we'll go ahead and shoot. And that took down Vol's shields on him, which is good, but it's still going to take a while to take him down. Full sun. What do we got? 22. So yeah, those judgment tokens aren't very impressive unless they land on something that's got a bunch of hit points. And this is a relatively low level campaign so far. So very few cards have enough hit points for those to be meaningful. But again, I think I did it again. Yeah, here again, I don't like this modifier. I think it changes too quickly. I think the conditions are a little bit too balanced away from range, which I kind of like because you do want to encourage other deck styles, and ranged is by far the most effective attack type for basically anyone. Warlord dependent, of course, but by faction, pretty much every faction's most powerful decks are ranged. But still. And the randomness, the one that really gets me is the one that completely disables ranged attacks. That one is really bad. And it could just be that I'm bad at playing it. Like, whatever. But, yeah, I don't like that one. And that, I think, is just the 1 judgment token. Might be 2. See if I can give him another one. And I believe the max is 3. Yes, maximum of 3 judgment tokens. Seeing some new cards here, that's cool. And that is... there we go. So that's one you want to nail with the judgment tokens, which we'll get here. Okay, cool. And that, I think, is max judgment tokens. Yeah, so minimum damage of 54, which is quite good. So only got 1 more card left in the deck, and I'm doing fairly well. This guy will take minimum 54, yeah. But there's still some pretty nasty stuff across the board there. Still, that was good that he chose to do that, because that was not his most beneficial attack type. And this guy can't take me out, so we'll go ahead and ready. This is still a pretty gnarly endgame. I'm set up relatively well, but Vol has a lot of hit points. And if the conditions don't go my way, I could comfortably lose this, but I think I've got it. Again, just a reminder that melee is always at least what you should expect it to be. I don't think that's enough yet. If not buffed. One of the conditions buffs melee. I believe the one that removes ranged buffed melee, so if I get that, that'll be good. Alright, so her damage reduction is down, and I've got a bit of a charge. And I should comfortably be able to get this. Yeah, okay. That's my 2 games. That was pretty much it. I'm going to go ahead and do at least a preview of my ETOC deck just to show what I was running when I was actually trying to make the most competitive deck that I had. It's a little bit different. It may not... No, I can't even continue it. Okay. I may show that tomorrow, but that was it. There's the Volatile Conditions Bloody Minded campaign. It goes for another day. I believe yeah, so it'll be tomorrow and then over, and then that's day 2. So it'll be relatively brief, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. And it's a clan event too, so support your clan out there. Good luck, and yeah, let me know if you have any comments.